Alright, everybody. Good evening. Dr. Incompetent here, getting ready to try out Cities Skylines. So, I was asking over on Reddit which was the better city simulator to play because I felt like playing one. And I was asking about SimCity 4 or Cities Skylines. And I got a variety of responses, as you might expect. And so I thought to myself, well, why not try for myself based on the advice that I got? And the advice that I got was there are pros and cons to each game. And additionally, people mentioned that there was currently a Steam sale, a Paradox interactive sale that included cities, and I believe Fanatical had SimCity 4 for 90% off or something like that. So I was able to get both of the games nice and cheap, how I like it, so I could try them out. So this is me doing that. Okay, sweet God, the music is sweeping. Let me just kind of pull that back in a little bit. We got some real orchestral swells happening here that I did not expect. Alright, choose map. I have no idea, but I like this Seven Lakes. This looks nice. So, I'm going to play here. I'm not going to think too hard about this. This is my first time booting this game up, so maybe later I'll care more about this, but I'm just going to pick one that looks good in this picture and jump in. So we're going to click start. Now, I will say that as a lot of... I bought the deluxe version of this, so I have no idea what that does. I like being deluxe, and it was not much more money. And then I looked for, like, what's the best add-on that people recommend. And I went ahead and picked this public transportation thing. And that's all I've got. So there seems to be hundreds of dollars of DLC at this point on the game that you could add on. But I'm not going to pull the trigger on anything like that until I see if the game is actually fun. So let's start by building some roads and zoning areas next to them. That sounds pretty smart. Okay, so yeah, look at that. Look how close we can get. All right, look at these nice trees. Now, I also haven't messed around at all with any of the mods in the community, and if you recommend any mods or any DLC that you think is essential for me to experience and enjoy this game, please let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I'm just gonna go at it with what I've got here. For help, click on the question mark button. It will provide you with information regarding the menu. Okay, cool. Build roads. Build roads to expand your city. Select a road type and draw a road with the primary mouse button. Alright, so looks like I can only build this kind of road. Okay, and a little more information comes up. Roads need to be built to provide zones with buildings and city services. Larger roads allow faster travel. And greater amounts of traffic. Roads with decoration produce less noise pollution. Yeah, that's what we're going for. We're just going for a nice little community by this amazing lake with non-moving water. But it's not moving because I have the game paused. Thankfully, mercifully. I don't want it to be moving right now. I'm trying to read all of this stuff. There's a blue bird in the middle of the screen on the top. There is something about angles and grid guides that have popped up. And there's an entire UI bumper on the bottom that I've got to acclimate myself to, so please excuse me while I do that. But this is what you're in store for. As you understand all the nuance here. from what I understood on Reddit, people were saying that SimCity 4 was easier to jump into, um, and had more goals to kind of prod you along, whereas this is deeper and more open. But hell, I don't know. I could have been lied to. To change the road type, try the upgrade tool. Choose a road type and click the existing road. Click on a one-way road with the secondary mouse button to change its direction. Toll booths must be connected. Oh boy, I'm not going to really mess with toll booths right now. Let's just build some roads, alright? I'm not going to build right on... so I need to connect, most likely, to, here. Otherwise, people can't get into my city. Or am I wrong about that? Whatever, let's do it. Alright, so let's, Okay. Oh boy, no. Stop doing that. Now this road, well, it doesn't look like it wants to connect to this. Maybe I lied about that. Anywho, maybe these are irrelevant. So this is people coming in. So let's help them come in. Can I do that? Yeah, come on in. How much is this going to cost me? 2,000, and I have about 70,000. So let's just build it to there. Cool. I'm going to right-click to avoid doing any more damage. There we go. It's connected. Alright. So what I want to do is just provide people the opportunity to come into town and to get the hell out if they aren't satisfied with what we've got going on here. Okay. So I'm just clicking my mouse and I'm holding it down and dragging it, and it tells you how much it's going to cost, and I've got my little cash stack at the bottom, and I'll connect it, but that looks really awkward. Is there a better way to, round that out? Or am I just going to deal with some bizarre angle? Space already occupied. Oh, special roads, huh? What does this curvy road do? Ooh, cool. Look at that. Alright, so it doesn't... It's a little bit more complicated than I thought. And this curve here has become the Widowmaker. We are going to have fatalities as people come into town and attempt to leave. But I'm okay with that. The game is paused. Yes, I'm glad that it is. I'm going to close this information about roads because I feel okay with this. Jesus. Okay. Yeah, alright, I can see what people are talking about here right away, which is that the barrier to enter and the learning curve is a bit steep. I mean, you're already telling me, oh no, you can do a two-lane, one-way road that's 40 miles an hour capped speed limit that has an upgrade or an upkeep cost and then an overall cost to just build it. And it supports low traffic. Well, yes, it does, but I'm not going to try to do one-way fanciness just yet. I am... Maybe this freeform would be more fun. Oh, elevated roads. No, I'm not... That seems diabolical, but I do kind of want to make this, this intersection just... a real treat for everybody involved. Can I do that? Yeah, like that. Yeah. Look, we're gonna have this death... Yes! Death Trap Road. Alright, this freeform is interesting. Gives me a little bit more power. So I have to build a curve that doesn't kill people and isn't too insane. So this looks great. Okay, now I assume that these little white boxes, okay, stop doing that, are potential zoning spaces, like where I could have people live. So here's the grid of my towns. They're actually not too huge. Maybe I can expand that. Okay. Alright, so I built roads. Now I'm going to try the zone. Zones, if you place a building or a road in the wrong spot, you can bulldoze it. If you bulldoze recently, you get most of your money back. Well, that's kind of you. I can relocate service buildings. Okay. So just like SimCity, this is, I'm going to zone either what? Commercial, residential, industrial. Office. Okay. Well, nothing's going to happen if we don't get people to live here. So I want to zone this residential. And so as soon as I click on, I'm at residential, it's green. All right. Low density residential zone attracts families with children and will evolve into fancy villas. Well, who doesn't want fancy villas? Low density commercial zone. Okay, can make a hamburger shop. And the industrial zone. So we want to keep the industrial zone hidden from people coming into the town. Okay. There's a lot of pop-up activity going on here as I'm trying to learn the ropes, but that's okay. I can just dismiss those things. Alright, so... Oh, good lord. Okay. Alright, I don't really want, this whole strip to be residential. So I'm curious, like, how do I get a better grip on determining how many of these tiles I turn green? Now, maybe it doesn't cost me anything to zone it. Fill, marquee, small, and large brush. Ah, beautiful. I'm doing fill. Ah, okay, yeah. Let's do, what is this marquee? Okay, hold down the button. Ah, that's what I want. There, perfect. Okay, cool. So it takes a second to get used to this, because, I'm slow, but it wasn't immediately obvious how to make the amount of this zoned residential that I wanted. That's because I was using the fill tool. So below the little zoning box there, on the top of the UI bumper on the bottom, there's the paint bucket, which is the fill. And then there's this square marquee where it's like you can click and drag a box like you would be doing in Windows or whatever. And then there's a small and large paintbrush. I like this one right now. I'm not needing to do any fine details. I'm going to take about half of this and make that zoned for housing. Now, you can see that just zoning it costs you nothing to do, which is nice. And the reason I want to do that is I want to put some commercial zoning so that people coming out of the freeway who, need a burger or need to take a crap, whatever they got to do, can do that. And they're not immediately getting into the houses. This will also kind of insulate the residential people. Now, I have no idea if that matters in terms of the game at all. The people might not care about that, but I care about that. Okay, so I'm going to have this area here be residential. And then, so people come into the town and they're like, ooh, there's lots of shopping. And oh my God, look at these beautiful villas. And then once we kick people out of town on the way out, we'll put all the industry. So that they regret leaving. Alright, I'm not going to put too much, though. I'm not trying to... I don't want to overpollute. Okay. Now, you usually just want an amazing amount of houses. So I'm going to just zone the bejesus out of this. Now, I will say, I don't know what the sweet spot is. Like, sometimes what you want to do in games like this is kind of... oh boy. Oh boy. Alright. Not put too much on your plate. You want to be able to manage the cost, the upkeep cost of all the electricity and the other maintenance, the plumbing and stuff that goes into this. So I might be building too much to start out, but this is my first time. So if this city explodes, the city explodes, okay? And I could probably just de-zone it if I don't care, right? Alright, so I also don't want to spend all my money. I'm sure the game has some kind of built-in loan program like most of these do, but I don't want to get any credit. Sabrina Street comes into town and leaves town. That's fantastic. Alright, so anyway, I'm going to then zone all of this house, and then I'll put some more stores here in the middle. More commercial. I'll make this also industrial, and then I'm gonna get a little goofy. I'm gonna make. Well, no, is that gonna destroy my road if I try to do that? Can I zone? Okay, Can I zone over the road? And does that break the road, or does that just not let you do that? Like if I do this, is it only gonna zone squares that are available? Yeah. Okay, that's cool. Great. Okay. I was worried. It's like I don't want to chop up my road, but this is kind of a fun way to just fill in a huge area. The marquee tool. Man, the marquee tool is my buddy right now. Alright, I'm doing that. I'm doing that. This looks great. I kind of don't want to zone right here because I want to make another one of these insane roads. So I'm going to click on road, and I'm going to do the freeform. I click here to start. And then they're like, what kind of ridiculous angle do you want to go out from this anchor point? And I'm like, okay, this looks pretty reasonable. And so I click again, and then from there they will let me begin to manipulate this into something doable. And I don't even care if my roads are, necessarily straight or not right now. I'm just going to do that, and I right click a couple of times to let go of the anchor points, and I can see that I've built this road. I'm not going to zone that out right now because I'm going to now turn on time and just let people move in. So I'm going to kind of see what happens. I'm going to speed up time and see if anybody wants to move in. What's this bird up to? Hello, this is Chirper. I'm going to push spacebar to pause the game. When you pause the game, it appears to put like a red box around the whole screen to tell you like, hey dude, you've paused the game, which is helpful. And also the timeline here, the ticker, goes red and tells me I paused it. Okay, that's great. Hi Chirper. So it's like their Twitter. Keep an eye on what your citizens are talking about. So I have to pay attention to social media to understand the soul and the zeitgeist of the people, the voice of the people. That's fine. I'll do that. I'll keep an eye on it and willfully ignore it. Okay, so right now, it looks like here I have $62,000. I guess that means like $1 million or whatever would actually be required in a, municipal setting. But anyway, and I have... right now my weekly income is negative 18 money, so it's each week I lose 18 money because of upkeep and the fact that there's nobody here to pay taxes and yada do. Alright, so I'm just gonna... Are people gonna come in? Is anybody coming? I'm letting it go. I'm passing time. Ooh, look. Okay, cool. People are building stuff. This is where they have chosen. I was I was a little bit overzealous, and I was expecting to see their car come in and then get out. But maybe you only see cars on these roads if there's heavy traffic or whatever. That's fine. Okay, so people are building their houses and they're going up. So let's see here. Let's kind of spin the camera around. I'm just using the WASD to move the camera around. That's me using the mouse wheel to zoom out, and then using Q and E to kind of rotate the camera a bit. So that's fine. Alright, so I'm going to unpause it and just see what happens as they build. This is why you play these games, just to see the scaffolding go up, the houses start to build. Now we've got more people. And we're losing more money, so that's not good. What are these indicators down here? Okay, so these bars indicate demand. So there's a high demand for residential zones. So I was trying to scale that by building more green than blue or yellow. But apparently, I completely underestimated how much green these people need. So let's give them more green, shall we? So I'm going to click the zones button. It is defaulting to the low density residential zone. It has memory cursored to remember that I want the marquee, and sure, I'm just going to throw in just an insane amount of house. I'm going to burst the housing bubble in this town by just putting as many of these up as I possibly can. Can I like also build back here? No, it's too far away from a road for me to zone back there, and that's fine. All right, let's unpause it. Let's see what happens. I'm going to say something really quickly. I'm enjoying this game. However, there appears to be no music, which is just like very ambient noise and some birds and chirping, which is extremely relaxing. But I'd like a little bit more of a soundtrack. So, all right. Let me turn down the overall music itself. Okay. Oh my god. Sorry about that. Oh boy. Okay. So what I'm noticing is that now there are water drips and there are electrical problems. So what these people need would be electricity and water. So these systems appear here. They're lit up. I think the game is going to smartly just unlock features as I get further so it doesn't completely overwhelm me, because I'm borderline overwhelmed right now. We don't want that. Alright. So let's see. Let's click electricity first. Okay, here's all the information. Power plants produce electricity. Yep. Alright. So my choices are coal or wind. The wind doesn't output as much power, but I don't care. I will always do green energy. Depends on wind velocity. You can see strong winds as dark blue areas on the map. And the estimated power output next to the turbine when placing it. Okay. So dark blue areas. What, over the... Do you mean, like, over the water, or... Alright, that's fine. Estimated production 1. Maybe it's not windy enough here, though, for this. That would be a shame, but all that really means is I need a lot of turbines, and that's what you're going to get. I don't care what kind of complaining is going to happen as a result. Up here, I'm just going to start building wind turbines. Now, I don't know how much power we need, but 3 of these babies seems pretty good. Okay, so now what we're going to do is build power lines to kind of get this power into the town. Space already occupied. Well, what do you mean? Alright, how do I do this then? There we go. Okay. Well, let's see what that does power for, you know, it. So I built these power lines, okay. Yeah, I get that. And it appears that now this guy's house is powered, but maybe because there's nobody next door, I have to stretch the power line a bit. So fine. Oh no, I just crushed their house. Can I like Control Z undo that? Jesus, that was awful. Oh my god, I'm learning the hard way. So the zoning does not let you supersede roads, but oh boy, do the power lines. Alright, people, well, I apologize about that. I've destroyed some new people's homes. Okay, so that was kind of a failure there. Now, yeah, okay, so I guess when it goes orange like that, I thought that kind of meant like I'm giving them power, because the power bolt is a yellowish orange, but no, that means like your house is about to get rocked. So I think maybe all I need to do is get into this blue zone. Yep, okay, so all I have to do is put the power line into the blue zone, and then this power line reaches everything in this blue zone that says that means like connected. Maybe not. Maybe I lied about that. Maybe it just, well, maybe because these aren't built yet. Well, I shouldn't need to build that. So let's see what happens. Ooh, Brittany Murray is tweeting sarcastically about what I've done. These people are rebuilding. Hooray for the... Oh, now she's on my side. She's like... First she was kind of attacking me is what I felt like. I took it personally. But then she changed tacks and is like happy that we're doing green energy. So good. So let's get off of that and learn about water. So this is kind of where you're at with this game. Like right away, one thing I'm going to say is that it feels to me like there are a lot of systems that I'm going to have to manage, and this is a system managing game. It's a city manager, so of course that's to be expected. But there's a lot out of the gate, and maybe SimCity 4 holds your hand a little bit better, and you know, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm okay right now with this. I'm not overwhelmed. I'm not completely put off. I think this is fine. But if I have to start building their internet connections next, we're going to have some problems. Anyway, connect water pumps and drains with water pipes. Draw the water pipes under your city. Ooh, okay, so water pumping station, water tower. Okay, so I need to pump the water from a body of water. Alright, so I need to pump it from, like, maybe this lake right here, okay? So I'll pump from here. Okay. I'm just going to build one, and if they need more, then I'm not going to build it. No, I'm joking. I'll build another one, okay? And then water pipes carry fresh water to the city and sewage out of the city. Alright, so I need to make some kind of loop. Alright, so I'll carry this into the city, right? So I did that. And then I need to carry this out of the city in some kind of loop. But I need to dump it far enough away from this, I guess, that they don't eat their own or drink their own, you know, waste. Fine, I'll do that. Okay, so I'm going to then send it back here and just make some kind of doom system. Is that what I want to do, or is that okay? Am I doing this okay? Water availability, red. Water drain pipe. Oh, okay, I gotta pump out the wastewater. I guess let's put it here. How do I know what's upstream vis-a-vis a lake? Alright, whatever. Does that do it for me? Am I now... Is this now happening? I have no idea if I did this correctly. I see that people are, like, saying... Okay, let's just... I'm gonna, what does this mean? No, get off of this. Oh boy. What does this mean? Water pipe not connected. Alright. How did I not connect the water pipe? It looks like it's there. Hmm. The dream isn't happening here. Did we do it? Did this death circle that I made do anything? I heard a ding. Is that good? It still says it's not connected. This seems to be connected. Not really, though. Connect the water pumps. Oh, they have no electricity. Maybe that's it. Jesus. Alright. So we got a lot of different little ins and outs here. Alright. So let me give you guys some power. Maybe that'll do something. How are we looking now? I'm going to push play just to see if anything happens. Fresh water finally running. Okay, so sometimes with these games, you have to give it a second before it registers. But no, I have 0. He said fresh water, but I don't really have it. I'm not really giving it to them. They do not need to loop. Okay, so I thought I did connect them. Like, is this thing moving? I'm going to push play. I'm just going to let it go. There we go. Okay, finally. So yeah, like I was just saying, it's not predicting what's going to happen. You have to power it, and you have to wait a second to see what's happening. So now I'm pumping 120,000 cubic meters of water per week. And these people only are consuming 384. So we have a massive, fantastically massive amount of water going into the city. But now I need to take it out. So let me click on, like, the bulldozer, I guess. Ooh, cool. This red tape, or this, like, yellow and black tape comes up. Like, what? You're going to chop it down? Oh, I have to choose underground mode. Okay, well. No, I want to use the bulldozer, but I need to choose underground mode. Is that right? Well, what do you, how am I going to do? I'm not seeing underground mode. So, okay, cool. Nah, I didn't have to. I'm just going to chop this stuff up for now. I don't want to kill the facility. I just want to kill all these pipes that are doing absolutely nothing. Even if... oh, we connected it. Alright, let's pump it out. Are we pumping it? So the water goes in, and then the water goes out. Is that appropriate? Let's push play and see if we're actually taking some of the sewage out. There it goes. There it goes. Okay, cool. So I'm going to pause it just so we can look at this. The lines, the blue lines indicate water, fresh water, and the teal lines indicate the dirty water. And well, our draining capacity is not good. Can we... okay, there we go. Now everything's online, and we are awesome. All right, so I'm going to push escape. If you push escape, it gives you this ridiculously nice view of the game where I'm paused right now because I just want to kind of... one of my favorite things about these, city sims is just taking a gander at what I've got here, like looking at everything. And everything looks great. Wow. This person's house is pretty nice. They've got some solar panels, keeping with the vibe of the green energy. And they got a little seesaw in the back. We've got some apartment buildings here. And this is Brook Street. And they've got a fire hydrant. So they're ready. I don't have a fire department. But, you know, theoretically, these people would be okay. Alright, and if you push escape, what it does is it hides pretty much all of the overlay information that's in the main game window so that you can just sit back and enjoy. Now, if I click on the zoning button, for example, I will get a reminder of like, oh, okay, this is how I've zoned things out. But I can click on this again to hide it, and I'm gonna just let things grow. One of the things I've learned over the years of playing games like this is so much of what you have to do is just fast forward time and then look at your indices. You're looking at these bars. So you're saying, okay, there's not much demand here for these, very low demand for these. And so you just keep passing time until the demand is right. And then you adjust your zoning, make sure people are happy, and you balance the levels. It's all about balancing the levels. So, I'm going to speed up to even faster time. Ooh, this guy has no water. Okay. I wasn't paying attention. This guy has to go to his neighbors to get water. That is embarrassing. So I'm going to click water. I have the game paused. And I generally just, you know, pause the game, at least early on when I'm doing any kind of tweaking like this. And I need to bring him water. So what I need to figure out is I've got this pipe coming in, and how can I connect to it? Okay, so these little green circles seem to indicate an anchor point that will provide a connection to the ongoing sewage system. Okay, and so I'm going to right-click away, and then I'm going to unpause it and see what happens with this. Cool. So this just provides both in and out. So I'm going to push escape, and I'm going to unpause it, and just now people are going to move in more readily. And now let me anticipate that. And what do I mean by anticipate that? I'm going to just look at my water map and make sure that all of the zoning areas that I've turned online are being provided with water. Okay, so I'm going to just build this up here. My money, by the way, is dwindling just very, very dangerously. Now, you can see this big blue dome that's spreading with the line around it, and that is all I need to do to cover the distance so that everybody now in the zones, except for right here, so let me just kind of build this here so that now everybody in the town and up here. Okay, so I really am lying a lot, but that's very common. Anyway, now finally everybody in the town has water, has access to water. So I'm going to push escape and I'm going to just unpause it. Now I don't know, let me look at the electrical grid and also make sure. Okay, so this area is off the grid, so we've got to provide power to them. But I think if people move in around here, then the power spreads from house to house. Let me click on the help button. So this little question mark here is the advisor, and you can click on this to just get some more info. So electricity will move from buildings to building, or building to building over short distances, but to transfer electricity over greater distance, you will need to build power lines. When placing power lines, you can see the reach of the electricity around the buildings as a light blue area. Connect these areas with power lines to move electricity between them. Power plants produce ground and or noise pollution. Yeah. Okay, and then the circular area around the power line shows you how much pollution is going to be caused and how far that pollution will spread. So I want to just, maybe I could just build power lines like from here to here for now. Or, you know, to be honest, actually as an experiment, I'm just going to see if organically people moving in will spread the power so I can minimize how many lines I build. I already hate these power lines that I have built. So let's just wait and just watch the magic happen. This is what this game is all about, watching the magic happen. Now, I saw some cash appearing above this line, and so let's look at my economy. Oh my Jesus. Okay, so this is another whole thing to read. I'm going to close this for now and just see if I can take it in at first glance to process this. So here are my expenses. Maintaining my roads costs this much per week. Electricity and water cost this much. I don't have anything else right now because I have minimal services. Now, I make this much weekly on income from people coming in, like the property tax, and then this much from the commercial areas, and this much from the industrial areas. So this is my profit, and then here are my expenses. So you can see right now that I am not profitable at all. I'm losing money in an insane clip, and here that would be here. But I imagine that that's just very common. Solar probe, okay. Early in the game, I'm already... You can see that my bank balance is rolling back. As more people move in, okay? So you kind of have to... You start off in a deficit, but as more people move in, they counterbalance the initial upkeep cost of these power plants. Now, I have 3 turbines right now, and at the moment that's okay, but you can see I'm lower on the green bar, which is like I'm just above what's needed, and that's actually good. I'm not wasting, but I'm gonna have to probably build another one in a second, and that's fine. I don't mind doing that. Okay, so ooh, look at these lights turning on. This is a nice looking game. Okay, alright. So, I've got it on max speed. Ooh, look at this. Okay. So, industry or offices at high demand. Okay, so let me zoom out, rotate my map like I want to see it, and then click on the zoning. So, they're in high demand, but there's opportunity for people to move, you know, in here. So I think what I might do is just rezone this, see if I can just rezone this. No. Not happy about that. I can't rezone like that. So what, do I have to bulldoze it? Oh no, I can do this dezoning. Okay, so let me dezone this area and then rezone it to be offices and stuff. See, in old SimCity, I kind of always thought about this as just industrial places like this where it's just all pollution, but now that I can think about them as offices too, I feel like they're a little less dirty, and so I'm more inclined to build them. Yeah, instantly they're getting zoned because the demand is so high for them, and so that's what you kind of do. You pause the game and you respond to the trends of what's needed. You build that, and then you wait and see how things shift out and balance out. So I'm going to need more space for these industrial zones. So that's going to mean that I'm going to have to build more roads. Now, building more roads is cool because it expands our town. However, it's also a problem, or presents the problem of the fact that it costs more to upkeep these roads weekly. All right, so here, and this looks good. Okay, so now I can go back to zoning, and I can just really go hog wild with zoning this section to give people job opportunity. You can now make any zoned building historical to preserve its visual appearance by ticking a new checkbox. Oh, okay, cool. So, like, if I really like how something looks, I can make it historical so that it doesn't change over time, perhaps? I don't know how this game's going to progress if I get, like, a decade into it or more. So we'll find out. I'm going to declick this and just let my town grow. I'm going to keep my eye on this bar here as well as my expenses. Things are stabilizing a little bit in terms of my weekly income. Demand for commercial and residential is creeping up. So real time, I'm just going to zone that like that. And then zone this. No, I'm not going to build any more commercial right now for the reason that there's still so much space left for people. Okay, now these people don't have electricity. And I can't wait for it to spread organically, given... Oh, but that's not because there's not wires. That's because the output is too low. So I have to build another wind turbine. And that's cool. As long as I build it within this blue area here, it will spread its power to the power lines down here. So really, I'm just kind of looking for a safe spot to build it. That looks great. As close to these other ones as I possibly can, but far enough away from the town that the pollution isn't angering everybody. Okay, let's go. More green energy is right. Power problem solved. Now we have completely met the demand for industrial and office. People are moving in, and now we're actually creeping back up into residential. And look, we are finally at a surplus, okay? So, roads now have names. Click on the name to open an information panel about the road in question. Okay. So I can click on this and be like, hey, it's called Brook Street. And yeah, this game is really, really nice in terms of how deep it is. Like, I can rename the roads. I can change if it's a one-way or, you know, a two-lane road of opposite directions, and then I can adjust it. This is really cool. I like this. I like this. I was not led astray by the friendly folks at Reddit. I went over to the Patient Gamers Reddit and was asking all the patient gamers out there what city game would be good, because, you know, Cities Skylines and SimCity 4 have been out for quite some time. Okay, so now we still have power problems. Is that a power production? Yeah, well, I'm not producing enough power, so let's build another wind turbine. So just like in real life, wind turbines don't produce that much power, but they're green. I'm going to build... No, I'm not going to build two. I was about to build two just to get it over with, but I'm so low on money that I don't want to mess around with that. Now, I like to see my bars, you know, with some demand for things. I never want to build too much of something, because then it's just a waste. Hopefully power gets to these people soon. It is almost. Am I still not producing enough power? Jesus. I have 5. Alright. Well, I guess I could have just looked at that and realized that I don't have very much wind on this map so far, unfortunately. So there's that happening. Ooh, what's this mean? Does that mean he's, like, got no job? What's your deal, buddy? Not enough workers. Oh, to operate? Okay. 11 jobs available. All of the jobs here are for uneducated people. Now we've got enough workers, and it's operating normally. Everybody here is happy. I can click this if I don't want it to change and make it historical. I'm not going to do that right now. I don't really have much of a historical connection to the town. Oh no, these poor people over here. Are we still... No, I've built enough power, haven't I? Why are they not getting electricity? Maybe I need more time to pass for the power to spread. I'm just going to pray that that's the answer. Doesn't seem to be. I have 6, right? And maybe it's so non-windy that... Alright, I'm going to risk going into the black here. I mean, the red or whatever the bad thing is. And build another one. Uh-oh, they're getting pissed and they're tweeting angrily. Here's my population. Okay. Let's see if people will... Okay, now we've reached a happy medium with the power, hopefully. So people now have enough power to sort of live, and immediately, as more people surge in, we are out of power, and I have no money. So what that means is I have to borrow money. It's not letting me click on loans, so maybe I can't until I get, like, my first milestone or whatever. We'll see what happens when the whole city goes dark. Little Hamlet. Yeah, see? New features, loans. Cool. So, ooh, we can now adjust the taxation of different zones in the money panel. We can collect garbage, healthcare, and do education, and then build the corresponding buildings. Okay, fantastic. Fireworks going off. Ooh, and we got a big surge of money. I hope that's not a loan, but I don't really care. I need to build immediately before I forget. More and more wind turbines. 3 should do something. Let's unpause it and see just what that does. Look at this. People love the birds. They love the plants. This one is not... Okay, thank God. It's moving very, very slightly. I need a windy area. Jesus. It's a little still here. I wonder if I can just build a windy area. It's all just not very windy. If this is the wind map, indeed. Advanced wind turbine. Wouldn't that be nice, huh? Information. Here we go. Wind. No, it's the same map that when you're building the power line. That makes sense. So I'm not getting much wind at all. It's a very unwindy map, and so wind power is just very bullheaded, but I'm doing it because I don't like coal. And look how beautiful these trees in this area is. I mean, it just seems like complete insanity to, well, these smokestacks. Well, you know, you gotta break some eggs to make an omelet, I suppose. All right, look, man, look at the demand for industry. Okay, so right away, I'm gonna rezone and build some industry way up here and just see how much we can take. Now, I think this is an excellent stopping point for me now. Hopefully you've been introduced to the game a bit. You're getting into it like I am, and I don't know nothing about what's about to happen, but so far, I'm quite enjoying this. So, thanks everyone for checking this out. If you'd like to offer me some advice in the comments below, feel free to do that about the game or the DLC. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel. That would be awesome, and then you can be updated as I upload more videos from this particular series, and then eventually get over to SimCity. And then someone also recommended Anno 1800, and so I might move down that rabbit hole as well. So everyone, thanks so much for watching. Have an excellent evening. Peace.